A carpenter in Japan is working with timber today that was planted before his grandfather was born. The trees he plants this year will not become temple beams for another 200 years. He will never see them used, neither will his children. He plants them anyway. In Northern California, Pacific Lumber spent a century logging its own redwoods at a pace the forest could outgrow. In 1986, it was acquired in a leveraged takeover, financed with roughly $750 million of high-interest debt. The new owners doubled the cut soon after. 2 decades later, the company went bankrupt. Same craft, same century, completely different answer. What decides which one you become? You've already run the numbers. You have been offered $100 today or $110 next year. Something in you does the math before you can name it. Economists call this your discount rate, the rate at which you value a dollar or a tree tomorrow versus today. Here is the connection nobody points at. Your discount rate answers to the interest rate you can earn on money. Money that loses value while sitting still pushes you to convert it into something now. Money that holds its value shrinks the penalty for patience toward zero. Cheap, expanding money pushes the rate in one direction only. It makes waiting expensive from both ends at once. The saver's patience is taxed. The borrower's impatience is funded. Japan's Ise-Gran Shrine has been ceremonially rebuilt on a 20-year cycle for roughly 1,300 years. Since 1923, the shrine has run its own forestry program, planting cypress that will not be ready for the main pillars for 200 years. For the largest timber, 400. Every carpenter in that chain works for a harvest he will never see. In 1713, a Saxon mining administrator named an idea that had no name before: sustainable use. His rule was simple: never harvest more timber than the forest can regrow. Both are low discount rate stories. Neither is a coincidence. But here is the honest problem with that story. The American bison went from roughly 30 million to barely 1,000 in about 60 years. The passenger pigeon went from the most abundant bird on the continent, numbering in the billions, to a single bird dying alone in a zoo in 1914. Both catastrophes happened inside the era of metallic money, the hardest money the modern world has known. If sound money alone produced stewardship, this should not have happened. The bison roamed plains that belonged to no one. The passenger pigeon nested in forests no one owned. Nobody applied a discount rate to their future because nobody held a claim on it to discount. Whoever spared the buffalo watched someone else shoot it. Picture 2 herdsmen with identical cattle. One grazes a fenced pasture he owns, rationing it, because overgrazing this year costs him next year. The other grazes an open range belonging to no one, taking what he can, because anything he leaves feeds the next herdsman's cattle. Same grass, opposite behavior. Explained by who holds a claim on tomorrow. The ice forest was the fenced pasture. Sound money lowers the discount rate. But a low discount rate only produces stewardship for something you own a future in. Own the resource with a high discount rate, and you liquidate it anyway. Pacific Lumber liquidated a forest it owned outright the moment its owner's discount rate changed. Hold a low discount rate without ownership, and you cannot practice stewardship even if you want to. Someone else takes what you spare. You need both. A reason to value the future and a claim on it. A different critic will say, none of this required sound money. Regulation did it. The environmental laws of the early 1970s. That is true. Regulation has produced real gains. But look at what regulation actually does. It forces a high discount rate economy to protect a future it would otherwise ignore. It substitutes a rule from the outside for the patience that ownership would have produced on its own. None of that argues against regulation. It is often the only tool available. It argues that a low discount rate, paired with real ownership, would have prevented the destruction from forming in the first place. A monetary system built on genuine scarcity, held in true self-custody, does 2 things at once. It preserves the value of what you save, which lowers the discount rate, and the saving itself becomes a claim on the future that cannot be diluted or quietly inflated away. It does not put a fence around a forest. Land can still be taxed, seized, and rezoned. What scarce money secures is the claim you hold in your savings and the patience to hold anything at all. Fiat works the same two levers in reverse. It punishes patience through inflation, and it thins every claim denominated in it. Sound money does not directly make anyone plant a tree. What it changes is the arithmetic underneath every decision about the future. Every civilization leaves behind things its builders never lived to use. Cathedrals, shrines, orchards, each one is evidence that some arrangement, somewhere, made patience affordable. That forest is still growing, planted by people who will never collect on it. This is the Cantillon Letter. Monetary truth. Understand it first. Subscribe and visit us at cantillonletter.substack.com.